Today is a blessed day. It marks the 75th Independence Day of the largest democracy of the world, our beloved motherland, India. When the entire nation was preparing for a grand celebration of 75 years of independence, the COVID 19 affected us in an unprecedented way. The world came to a standstill. Our lives and livelihoods suffered. But even during the raging waves of the pandemic, Ramakrishna Mission continued its selfless service to mankind by various relief works and medical services. The latest addition to this is this Sarada Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center. The mission, with the generous help of Indian Oil Petronas Private Limited and with the assistance from the government of West Bengal, has come up with a response to the most pressing problem of today, that is health. Today is the inauguration of the Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center, a beginning of a new paradigm of service for us. It will be inaugurated by most revered Swami Smarananandaji Maharaj in the august presence of Sri Abhijit Day, Director, IPPL, Sri Pradip Kumar Jha, CEO, IPPL, Mr. Haza Rizal Borhan, Financial Controller, IPPL, and Swami Nityamuktananda, Adhyaksha, Ramakrishna Math, Baghbazar. Considering the safety of all, we have decided to conduct the program online with minimum on-site participation and stream it live on YouTube. I would urge Revered Adhyaksha Maharaj to request Most Revered President Maharaj for the blessed inauguration.
I offer my Shashtanga pranams at the feet of most revered Maharaj, and most humbly I request revered Maharaj to inaugurate the Sarada Dispensary, Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center virtually from Belur Mott itself. Please, Maharaj.
Please, the screen, Maharaj. Niladri Maharaj, present the screen, please.
हम्म बच्चे
Please click on inaugurate. Om Sarvabhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Sahana Bhavatu. Sahano Bhunaktu. Saham Viryam Karavavai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shanno Mitra Samvarunah. Shanno Bhavatvaryama. Shanno Indro Brihaspatihi. Shanno Vishnu Rukramaha. Namo Brahmane. Namaste Vayu. Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi. Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami. Ritam Vadishyami. Satyam Vadishyami. Tannamavavatu. Tadvakara Bhavatu. Avatu Mam. Avatu Bhaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Vishnu Bhadram Pashima Viryajatta Sthirairangai Sushnuvanam Sarvanovihi Yashema Devahitam Yadayu Swasti na Indro Vriddhasrava Swasti na Pusha Vishnavedaha Swasti nastaksho Arishtanemi Swasti no Brihaspati Dadatu Om
Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Tachayyoravridimahe, Yajnaya, Yajnapataye, Daivi Swastirastana, Swastirmarushevyaha, Buddham Jigatu Keshajam, Sanno Astu Tripade, Sanchatushpade, Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sat Shri Ramakrishna Paramastu Shri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Mahai Ki Jai Jai Swami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai.
Now, Swami Gyanavratanandaji Maharaj, Secretary of Most Revered President Maharaj and a trustee of Ramakrishna Math, he will read the message from Most Revered President Maharaj.
Message from Most Revered President Maharaj of Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, Srimat Swami Smarananandaji Maharaj, given on this occasion of inauguration of Sarada Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center at Ramakrishna Math, Baghbazar, Kolkata. Swami Vivekananda said, "The national ideals of India are renunciation and service. Intensify her in those channels, and the rest will take care of itself." These words of Swamiji have started a silent revolution in the world, especially in India. The Ramakrishna order also holds fast to this ideal and serves the people in a spirit of worship. The various branches of this holy order are like its tributaries, carrying the divine nectar of the Holy Trio to the masses. When the entire country is celebrating Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav in connection with the 75th Independence Day of India, Ramakrishna Math, Baghbazar also has started a campus of Sarada Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center for catering to the medical needs of the people of the locality. The inauguration of this well-equipped dispensary will mark the beginning of a new chapter in the history of Ramakrishna Math, Baghbazar, which is otherwise known to be a famous pilgrimage center and a publication house. The dispensary in its new campus will offer allopathic, homeopathic, and Ayurvedic treatment along with advanced diagnostic services through competent and dedicated doctors and technicians from the city. The acute crisis of healthcare services has never been accentuated before, like in the present time of the pandemic. It has shown us how vulnerable we still are in the face of diseases. We need to make concerted efforts to win our battles against the diseases and offer quality life to our fellow citizens. I firmly believe Ma Sarada Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center will prove to be a concrete step towards this goal and be instrumental in bringing solace and hope to many suffering people of the society. I sincerely thank the authorities of Indian Oil PETRONAS Private Limited, IPPL, for funding this significant project and hence standing by millions in times when they need it the most. I also thank the government of West Bengal for allocating the land for the project. My congratulations to the team of dedicated workers of Ramakrishna Math, Baghbazar, who have made it possible to complete the construction and furnishing even during the most unusual situation of a lockdown. I pray to Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi and Swami Vivekananda for the success of the activities of the center. Swami Smaranananda, President, Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, Belur Math, 15th August 2021.
Maharaj, now we will go downstairs for the physical inauguration of the plaque.
Please, ready? All the bones ready? Huh? One. That's it, done. Hurry up, sir. Everybody. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj Ji. Jai Jai Mahamai Ki Jai. Jai Swami Maharaj Ji Ki Jai. Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai.
Janoning Saradang Deving Ramakrishnang Jagadgurung Padapadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. At the outset, I offer my Bhaktipurna pranams to the spiritual trio, Sri Sri Thakur, Srimat, and Swamiji Maharaj. Then I offer my pranams to most revered President Maharaj. My loving regards to Swami Nityamuktanandaji, the Adhyaksha of Ramakrishna Math, Baghbazar. Cordial welcome to the guest of honor, Sri Pradip Kumar Jha, who is Chief Executive Officer of Indian Oil PETRONAS Private Limited, IPPL. Also, are welcome to Sri Abhijit, Director of the same organization, and Mr. Rizal, Borhan, Financial Controller of IPPL. My best wishes to revered and dear brother monks, beloved brahmacharis, and other distinguished guests present here today on this excellent occasion. I must thank Swami Nityamuktanandaji, Adhyaksha of Ramakrishna Math, Baghbazar, popularly known as Mayer Bari, for having remembered me for this grand function, though held virtually. We are glad that the inauguration ceremony of Sarada Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center is being held at a time when the entire country is agog with cheer and joy in celebrating the platinum jubilee of our great country, the 75th Independence Day of our motherland. I thank Indian Oil PETRONAS Private Limited, IPPL, appreciably for their generous financial contribution towards the construction of the building. It's our pleasure that Sri Pradip Kumar Jha, CEO of IPPL, and other officials of the same organization are present amongst us today in this inaugural ceremony. Service to man is service to God. This great ideal of Seva Yoga was formulated, enunciated by the prophet of the modern age, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna himself. He passed the legacy on to Swami Vivekananda, his chief disciple, to implement this ideal. He proclaimed, I quote, "He who sees Shiva in the poor, in the weak, and in the deceased really worships Shiva. And if he sees Shiva only in the image, his worship is but preliminary." Unquote. Our motto is Atmano Mokshartham Jagadhitaya Cha. Liberation of one's own self is possible through Nishkama Karma, action without any desire or attachment. This is the first time in the history of the world that the Advaita Vedanta was put into motion and action. It was no more a mere philosophy, which was the monopoly of the Vedic scholars alone, but it became dynamic. The passive piety turned into spiritual energy in motion. Philosophy was hand in hand with stark realities of life. Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission became its launching pad. The life of Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi, the divine consort of Sri Ramakrishna, is an eloquent expression of this ideal. We find her performing all actions with a perfectly detached mindset and thus making herself the guiding light not only to millions of ordinary souls but also to spiritual dynamos like Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmananda and others. Again I quote, "No one is a stranger, my child. This whole world is your own. Sharat, Swami Sharadananda is my son, Amjad as well." These utterances from holy lips of Holy Mother form the bedrock of practical Vedanta. Once Holy Mother went to Varanasi and visited the home of service Ramakrishna Mission Sevashram, where poor patients were treated by young renunciates, considering them as manifestations of the divine. Holy Mother realized that it was not the hospital work, nursing a few patients, that was done. It was the real worship of the Lord Himself. She said, quoted, "I saw the Master," meaning thereby Sri Ramakrishna, Himself present there, and that is why this work goes on here. These are all His work. Quoted. Which is why I am glad that the dispensary and pathology that has been declared open today is named after Holy Mother Sarada Devi. Please allow me to narrate two revealing anecdotes from Holy Mother's life here. Once a devotee's brother fell seriously ill and operation had to be done. It was not possible to predict whether the patient could survive the operation. The devotee brought his brother to Srimat. He bowed at the mother's feet with a garland. Mother said to the devotee, I quote, "Don't be afraid, Thakur is there. Keep a photo of Sri Sri Thakur in the room where the operation will take place. He will protect your brother." Unquote. Thus, Thakur's photo was kept in the operation theatre and the patient was miraculously cured. Later, that man said, I quote, "We have seen the Kali, the goddess Kali, whom Sri Sri Thakur himself worshipped. You don't have to go anywhere else to see Ma Kali." Unquote. Our Ma Sarada is that Ma Kali, ever protecting us with her unbound love. Let me tell you another incident. Once a devotee from Rizal, Bangladesh, contracted tuberculosis. He wrote a letter to Holy Mother. I quote, "Mother, I am suffering like this. I may not live long. I have a desire to see you before I die. I have no money and I am sick. I am unable to go and see you. But if you can, please come to Rizal and see me once." Unquote. Mother sent to the devotee a photograph of hers and a few issues of the Udbodhan magazine in which Sri Sri Ramakrishna Lila Prasanga was then being published, and wrote, I quote, "My dear boy, don't fear, your disease will be cured. I cannot come to such a far off place. See the photograph I have sent and read the Udbodhan magazines." Getting the photograph, the devotee felt as if Mother herself had come. He kept the photograph near his head. By Mother's grace, he was slowly cured of the disease. This is our Mother, the Mother of the virtuous as well as of the wicked. She is protecting us every moment. Once, Sri Girish Chandra Ghosh, the legendary playwright actor, asked Holy Mother, I quote, What kind of mother are you? Holy Mother said, I am your true mother, a mother not by virtue of being your Guru's wife, nor by way of empty talk, but truly the mother. Unquote. In this COVID-19 pandemic situation, a charitable dispensary and pathology was very much needed in this area. I hope that this Sarada Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center will cater to the medical needs of the local dwellers and provide excellent healthcare facilities to them. I congratulate Swami Nityamuktanandaji and through him compliment all those who were associated with this noble project directly or remotely. Holy Mother is certainly present here amongst us. There is absolutely not an iota of doubt about this. It's our firm belief that she will protect her children from all odd situations. May the blessings of Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi shower profusely on all associated with this venture. Joy Sri Guru Maharaj Ji ki joy. Joy Mahamai ki joy. Joy Swamiji Maharaj Ji ki joy. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Now we will see a virtual tour of the dispensary. will begin the phase 2 of our inauguration ceremony at the hall. We will start with the Vedic chanting. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavamahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sahasrashirasham Devam Vishwaksham Vishwasambhuvam Vishwam Narayanam Devam Aksharam Paramam Padam Vishwatav Paramanityam Vishwam Narayanam Hari Vishwamevedam Purushastat Vishwamupajivati Patim Vishwasyatmeshwaragam Shashvatagam Shivamadhyutam Narayanam Mahageyam Vishatmanam Parayanam Narayana Parajyoti Atma Narayana Paraha Narayana Param Brahma Tattvam Narayana Paraha Narayana Parodhyata Dhyanam Narayana Paraha Jatcha Kinchit Jagat Sarvam Drishyate Sruyate Piva Antarvahishyatat sarvam vyapya narayana stitaha anandamavyayam kavigam samudrentam vishvasambhuvam padmakosha pratikashagam hridayam chapyadomukham adho nishtyavitasyante navyamuparitishtati Jvalamalakulam hadi vishwasyayatanam mahat santatagam shilavistullam bhatyakashvasannivam tasyante shushiragam sumantasmin sarvam pratishtitam tasya madhye mahanagnir vishvachi vishvato mukha Sograbhugvi bhajantishta naharam majarakavi Tiryagurdhamarashai rasmayastasya santata Santapayati swam dehamapadalamastakaha Tasya madhye vannishikha aniyodha vyavastitaha Nilato yadamadhasta vidyulleke vabhasvara Nivarashukapatmanni pitabhashvatmanupama Tasya shikhaya madhye paramatma vyavastitaha Sabrahma sashiva saharishendra shokshara paramasvarar Ritagam satyam param brahma purusham krishna pingalam Udharetam virupaksham vishwarupaya vai namo namaha Om Narayanaya vidmahe vasudevaya dhimahi Tanno Vishnu prachodayat Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Now I would request Swami Abhindanandji Maharaj to kindly felicitate the key persons who have been associated with the project from IPPL. He will start with the Director of Indian Oil PETRONAS Private Limited, Sri Abhijit De. Sri with flower and a shawl.
आपको ये नहीं करना चाहिए अरे আমাদের করা উচিত আপনাকে
Now, Sri Pradip Kumar Jha, CEO, Indian Oil Petronas Private Limited. Mr. Haza Rizal Borhan, Financial Controller, Indian Oil Petronas Private Limited. And Sri Anurag Soni, the head of CSR, Indian Oil Petronas Private Limited. And now I request Revered Adhyaksha Maharaj, Swami Nityamuktanandaji, Ramakrishna Math, Adhyaksha Ramakrishna Math Baghbazar, to kindly deliver his address.
यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदान्तपर्यणति तस्मै तं हदेवम् आत्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये. At the outset, I offer my devoted Shastanga Pranam to most revered Srimat Swami Smarananandaji Maharaj, President, Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, Belur Math, for virtually inaugurated the newly constructed Sarada Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center. Revered Maharaj also sanctified the foundation stones by performing puja at his own residence at Belur Math, and those have been laid down on the foundation day of the building. It is our great fortune that today Revered Maharaj has kindly declared open the building, which is completed by 9 months only. I also express my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to Swami Smarananandaji Maharaj, General Secretary Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, Belur Math, for sending a message virtually on this special occasion. We are extremely thankful to the government of West Bengal for allotting the land for this project for the benefit of poor and needy people residing in and around Baghbazar areas. And at the same time, I convey my sincere thanks and gratitude to the authorities of INDIANOIL PETRONAS Private Limited, IPPL, for funding the whole project in this COVID pandemic situation. Without their financial help, it would be quite impossible for us to construct this building. And we hope in future also we will have similar sympathy and help from IPPL for the benefit of the common people. On this joyous occasion, I heartily welcome Sri Abhijit De, Director IPPL, Sri Pradip Kumar Jha, CEO IPPL, Mr. Haza, Rizal, Borhan, Financial Controller IPPL, who has come all the way from Malaysia to attend this meeting. And we are very happy to have him in our midst in this special occasion. And Sri Anurag Soniji and other distinguished guests of IPPL, I welcome others respected guests, friends, well-wishers, brother monks, and the brahmacharis in this special occasion. And I myself also feel immense joy to be associated with you all on this inaugural program of this project. Today, the 15th August, a very special day for all Indian citizens. Especially, we feel proud on the Platinum Jubilee Day of independence of India. This building has inaugurated to fulfill the vision of Swami Vivekananda. Swamiji said, I quote, "The life is short, the vanities of the world are transient, but they alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive," unquote. Further, he said, I quote, "Where should you go to seek for God? Are not all the poor, the miserable, the weak God? Why not worship them first?" I unquote. To fulfill this desire of Swamiji, Ramakrishna Math Baghbazar has started a charitable dispensary in 2016 in a humble way at Mayarbari for serving the poor and needy people of the local area. But we know gradually demand has increased day by day, and it was quite impossible for us to cater service to the people from the small places and this congested area. And then we have decided to start this institution in a space where we can do this work in a better way. We hope this place, the new building, will be able to provide all possible medical help to the poor people who do not have the capacity to spend money for their own treatment. Our monks, dedicated doctors, volunteers, staff are always ready to serve the patients in the spirit of Shiva Jnana Jiva Seva, as told by Sri Ramakrishna, and Swamiji implemented this idea in the practical field. Following this word of Swami Vivekananda, we have taken up this project, Sarada Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center, for catering more better service to the poor and needy people. You know, the whole North Kolkata is full of slums. Here, both sides of the canal from Baghbazar to Ultadanga became a big shelter to poor people. We think they will be immensely benefited from the Sarada Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center. In this connection, I would convey my thanks to Swami Abhindananda, who has worked hard to complete the project duly in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic situation. Again, I convey my sincere thanks and gratitude to all who have helped us in various ways to complete the project on due time. May the Holy Trio bless us so that we may carry out their ideals by serving people in the spirit of Shiva. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve bhavantu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhavet. Thank you.
Thank you, most revered Maharaj, for his inspiring message and nicely summarizing the scope and objective of the service activities of the mission. Maharaj said, "They alone live." Maharaj quoted Swami Vivekananda, "They alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive." Now we will move to Sri Abhijit, Director of INDIANOIL PETRONAS Private Limited, who have been instrumental in making the project see the light of the day.
Hello. Respected Swami Smarananandaji Maharaj and Swami Nityamuktananda Maharaj ji, Sri Pradip Kumar Jha, CEO IPPL, Mr. Haza, Financial Controller IPPL, এবং এখানে উপস্থিত সমস্ত ব্রহ্মচারী, IPPL এর অধিকারীবৃন্দ এবং অন্যান্য ব্যক্তিগণ, আজ 15 আগস্ট আজাদি কা অমৃত মহোৎসবের শুরু, 75 বছর স্বাধীনতার দিনে আজ আমরা এই মায়ের বাড়িতে এক অমৃতময় যাত্রা শুরু করলাম। মায়ের বাড়ি আমরা কিছু করিনি, মা আমাদের সবাইকে দিয়ে এই কাজ তার সন্তানদের জন্য করিয়ে নিয়েছেন। মা, আমরা তার মায়ের সেই সন্তানরা যারা কিছু অর্থ এনে দিয়েছি। মার আসল সন্তান তো এই সমস্ত ব্রহ্মচারীরা যারা সকাল থেকে রাত্রি কঠোর পরিশ্রম করে এইখানের এই সুন্দর একটি ব্যবস্থা করেছে। এই লকডাউনের মধ্যে যেখানে আমরা সমস্ত বড় বড় কোম্পানিরা আমাদের প্ল্যান্ট লোকেশন এবং সমস্ত জিনিসের কনস্ট্রাকশন কাজে শিডিউল রাখতে পারছি না, সেইখানে তারা শিডিউলকে মেনে করেছেন। সেটা শুধুমাত্র মাই করতে পারেন, মা ছিলেন বলে হয়েছে, আমরা তো নিমিত্ত মাত্র। তাই আমরা এই মায়ের এই ইচ্ছায় ভাগ নিতে পেরে খুব খুশি হয়েছি। এটা আইপিপিএলের সৌভাগ্য। আইপিপিএল অর্থাৎ ইন্ডিয়ান অয়েল আর পেট্রোনাস একটি মিলিত সংস্থা, তাদের সৌভাগ্য যে মায়ের এই মহান কাজে তারা যুক্ত হয়েছে। এবং এটা সম্ভব হয়েছে ইন্ডিয়ান অয়েল পেট্রোনাসের অগণ্য কর্মচারীর জন্যে, যারা দিনের পর দিন মেহনত করেছে এবং প্রফিট আর্ন করেছে। তার জন্যেই আমরা আজকে এই সিএসআর ফান্ডকে দিতে পেরেছি। আগামী দিনে তাদের মেহনত, তাদের কষ্ট, তাদের প্রচেষ্টা আমরা শুধুমাত্র আপনাদের কাছে সেটা পৌঁছে দিয়েছি এবং হাজারো লোকের কাছে পৌঁছে দেবেন। এই করোনা মহামারীতে যখন সারা ভারতবর্ষ পশ্চিমবঙ্গ একটি ভয়াবহ অবস্থার মধ্যে দিয়ে গেছে এবং জানি না আগামী দিন কী হবে, সেইখানে এই টাইমলি এই ধরনের একটি সেন্টার আসা শুধুমাত্র পশ্চিমবঙ্গ নয়, সমস্ত মানব জাতির কাছে একটি আশীর্বাদ। আপনাদের ভালো হোক, আমরা যদি পারি আবারও ভালো করব। ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you, Sri Abhijit De, Director IPPL, for his humble and most appropriate message for the occasion. Now I would request our guest of honor, Shri Pradip Kumar, the CEO of Indian Oil Petronas Private Limited, for his message.
Thank you. Respected Swami Smarananandaji Maharaj, President Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission, Swami Saviranandaji Maharaj, General Secretary, Swami Nityamuktanandaji, Adhyaksha, Swami Adinanandji, Mr. Devasis Bhattacharya, my friend Mr. Abhijit De, Mr. Haza, FC, my colleague from IPPL, all respected members of Ramakrishna Mission and Math, and respected ladies, a very good morning and happy 75th Independence Day to all of you. Today, really, it is I must say, is a great moment for me and entire team of IPPL to be the part of this noble cause, which is, I must say, it is very, very remarkable, very honest and generous initiatives attempt by this Ramakrishna Math. Just I would like to correlate this Independence Day. This has been achieved by the sacrifice of our number of freedom fighters, and it becomes our responsibility to strengthen our country. And I must say, the biggest asset of any country is the health of the country person. Always used to read in the childhood that if health is lost, everything is lost. And so definitely this move, by any move to take care of health of the person, it is a great move. And particularly when it becomes for the poor, it is definitely, I must say, it is directly linked with the God. rightly few words was said, and one first line, it is the service to man is service to God. It is written, and I fully agree with this, that one line I had also seen somewhere, I read somewhere, that if you are smiling, it is not less than praying to the God. But if you are bringing a smile to others, the God is praying for you. So this mission, really you are going to bring smiles on number of persons, that too who is a needy person, who is not in a position to afford for their health. Or your team is going to bring a smile on them. So you need not pray to God. God is praying for you. I must say this one. And IPPL, where everybody was telling thanks, gratefulness, expressing gratefulness to the team of IPPL. But rather, I would say that we are grateful to this Ramakrishna Mission and Math, that you give opportunity to get associated with this noble cause. So by this way, although we are not getting opportunity to help directly to the poor fellow, but indirectly we are getting associated through you. You are doing the good job. You are really doing, you are providing services to the needy fellow and needy persons, and indirectly we are also getting the blessing. So I must express thanks and gratitude to all from top to bottom, the respected members, all members of Ramakrishna Mission and Math. Secondly, I would also like to compliment the entire team who is associated with the construction of this building. For completing last year, September, myself and Mr. Day was there. Mr. Haza was not available that time. We had laid foundation, and in a record time, I must say recordest time, because of Corona, getting job done, getting laborers, getting materials, it was really a very, very Herculean task. Even everybody had left home, lockdown period, and you completed this job, and that too in an excellent quality. I was just noticing, I'm a civil engineer, but I could not find a single fault in the work. So I must compliment from my core of heart to each and every member who have been associated with this. So, and I will request my team who is doing the engineering job and all to have interaction with the team member of this Ramakrishna Mission, how the job is completed in record time, and how with maintaining all the quality, all the standards, and despite various challenges, because this is the biggest challenges. So I must compliment all of you. This Corona also gave a good lesson to everyone, this pandemic since last 1.5 years, the importance of health. So getting associated with any mission, any cause where directly people's health are getting uplifted, are being taken care, it is really a very great job. And we have seen number of good person, very rich, very lost their life. And we realize the importance, rather whole world realize the importance of the health. So once again, I also would like to compliment to all of you to take up, and last year also I had come and I saw the involvement of each and every person, the way and the concern and the of the surrounding area. They were also very, very supportive, because in every time you have been taking care of them, whether in terms of health, in terms of food, whenever it is there. So it is a great thing, and we are also indirectly getting the blessing of the God through you. So once again, I'm grateful to all of you. And my I wish you all the best that this services not only limited to the surrounding area, but let your service speaks, not you should speak. Your service speaks entire country about this hospital, this pathology center, this dispensary, how nicely it, people is having some notion in the mind that hospital means something you have to be very careful, not very clean and all. So it looks like a five-star, it is not less than five-star hotel, five-star building rather, not I will say hotel, five-star hospital like, and that to let people say any free hospitals also can be maintained like any MNC, like any five-star hospital. So please maintain and let other people speaks about you, let media speaks about you, okay, how a hospital meant for the poor person is maintained in that conditions. And that way it will be our, you can say, the return of that we have invested, we have given, contributed at the right place. And we are confident because in the last 2 years we have been associated with this, and we are getting, and we are confident because I've been noticing this thing, the way you are involving, the way you are maintaining cleanliness. So please maintain. And in the same condition, rather whenever you see that every year there is an improvement in the upkeep of this building. And secondly, I was just noticed something in the video that because I could not see, I was not able to see that day during foundation. There is a nala, what you say, and both sides there is a slum area. There also you can explore something if for the betterment of their life. It may be the toilets, it may be the rehabilitation. I think it may not be possible, but still you can, in collaboration with the West Bengal government, if you can do something for betterment of their life, and so that the surrounding area gets improved further. So come out with that proposal, and we'll see that how best we contribute in that respects also. So once again, thank you and my sincere compliments to all of you, and my heartfelt pranam to all Swamiji for and I'm confident that I will enjoy the blessing, my company will enjoy the blessings, and with the blessing of all Swamijis, my performance of the company performance will further increase. And as Mr. Dev was telling, this CSR is also linked with the performance. The more you perform, the more is the amount of the CSR amount. So with this, we'll definitely will be able to contribute more. And let me share one thing, that we have been now venturing into some new businesses also, and we have been trying for last 2 years, but recently, few months, 1 month before only, we got all the approvals. So very soon, this company profit and all, everything is definitely, I am hopeful that it will become more than double. So that way, my contribution, my means IPPL contribution towards this noble cause will, chances, opportunity will be much more. So please explore that possibility also, the Revered, Nala side, and whoever the slum area in and around both the sides of the Nala, and so that we can, will explore how to get associated. And I also noticed one thing, that you had provided a solar panel. It's a very good move, and try to see that entire electricity requirement of this building is made through the solar. So because you have a lot of further spaces are there, I could see in the isme, that also you can explore, so that it remains totally free of any additional burden is fine. Good, good. So thank you once again. Thank you for giving opportunity to getting associated with this novel cause. And thank you all. Thanks.
Health of the citizens is the wealth of the country. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Sri Pradip Kumar Jha, CEO, IPPL, for emphasizing the service activities of Ramakrishna Mission in the field of health, and we can assure that Ramakrishna Mission will try its level best to keep the standard up and high, and it will start with the same. It will continue to serve the people with the standard with which it has started. Now, it is
At the beginning of this institution, that means the Sarada Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center, we have taken up a program for free vaccination to the canal side people. Those are living very poorly and have no capacity to go to the places and get the vaccination. So our first service to the people we have taken up as to free vaccination of corona vaccination as much people as possible by this institution. And we need fund also for that, I think we'll have favorable some help from IPPL in this regard also. And many people will be benefited by that, and who is the crying need of the state right now, so far I know. So it is our first step to serve the canal side people in this way. Thank you.
Now it is time for the vote of thanks. I would request Swami Abhinanandaji, the in charge of this Sarada Charitable Dispensary and Pathology Center, and the man behind all these activities that you see today standing here. Maharaj.
Om Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnan Jagadgurum Padapatme Tayoshitva Pranamami Muhur. Revered Adhyaksha Maharaj, Sri Abhijit De, Sri Pradip Kumar Jha, and Mr. Haza Rizal Borhan, and my monks brothers, doctors, dignitaries, friends, and well-wishers. I have the honor to be associated with this prestigious project from the beginning, having seen the progress of work inching toward success day by day. Despite COVID-19 pandemic environment, needless to say, thousands of poor families will get treatment here with a world-class infrastructure in many years from now. It is my profound privilege to be asked to deliver a vote of thanks on the auspicious inauguration ceremony, especially today being the 75th Independence Day of our country. First and foremost, I extend my deep appreciation and express my sincere gratitude to sincere officials of IPPL who are present today, having extended all financial support to make the project a grand success. Thanking is not enough for all members of IPPL's families who were eager and went out of the way to see the project light of the day. I owe special gratitude to our revered Adhyaksha Maharaj, having placed confidence in executing the work. My heartfelt thanks to all our engineer, vendor, workmen associated with this project. Without their active and sincere support, it would be impossible to complete the work within the stipulated time of 300 days. Last but not the least, I thank my whole team who supported our effort relentlessly when it was most needed. We would like to share a few more memorable moments with you and would request you to receive dry food packets arranged by us with this purely vegetarian. Thanking you. এখানে অনেকেই আছেন যাদের এই ছোট্ট থ্যাঙ্কসের মধ্য দিয়ে সমাপ্ত করা যায় না। প্রতিটি ডিগনেটারিজ, অনুরাগ স্যার প্রথম থেকে আছেন, একদম লোকটি নিঃশব্দে কাজ করে যান। বাংলা ভাষায় বলতে সুবিধা বলে আমি বলছি। আমি অনেক মানুষের সঙ্গে বাগবাজারে মিশেছি, কিন্তু সাইলেন্ট ওয়ার্কার কম। রঙ্গনাথানন্দজি বলতেন যে অটো স্পিড কম, কিন্তু আওয়াজটা বড় বেশি। এই সংখ্যাটাই আমাদের সমাজের ব্যবস্থায় বেশি। কিন্তু অনুরাগ স্যারকে দেখেছি, আমি কোনো প্রেস করছি না, তার নামে বড় কথা বলছি না, কিন্তু খুব সাইলেন্ট ওয়ার্কার। ক্যালকাটা কর্পোরেশন থেকে শুরু করে দেবাশিস দা এবং আইপিপিএলের প্রত্যেককেই যখন গেছি আমরা যে ধরনের প্রজেক্ট নিয়ে, তারা তা বিবেচনা করে যেভাবে আমাদেরকে হেল্প করেছেন এবং করছেন, এটা জগৎজননীর একবারে অশেষ কৃপা, সীমাহীন কৃপা ছাড়া সম্ভব নয়। সবাই ভালো থাকুন, আনন্দে থাকুন। নমস্কার। জয় দিয়ে আমাদের অনুষ্ঠান শেষ করব। জয় শ্রী গুরু মহারাজ জি কি জয়, জয় মহামায় কি জয়, জয় স্বামীজি মহারাজ জি কি জয়, জয় গঙ্গা মাই কি জয়। প্রত্যেকে যাবার আগে একটু মায়ের প্রসাদ নিয়ে যাবেন।